The next important utility function is selling of stamps by bank. Stamp means don't think it is postage stamp. Many people misunderstand it as a stamp means there is a postage. There are 2-3 stamps. As a banker, earning student of banking, you should know the difference. One is the non-judicial stamp paper, another is judicial stamp paper, third one is postal stamp paper. Postal stamp is for affixing on covers and all, 5 rupee, 10 rupee you affix on covers and send it. That is postal stamp. That is one kind of stamp. Another is, if you go to the court, you will have to buy court fee. That is a judicial stamp. Third one is non-judicial stamp paper. This is what we are talking about, non-judicial stamp paper. Now, for example, if you buy a house, you have to buy stamp paper and register the sale deed in the stamp paper, and you have to file. For example, if you buy a property for worth 10 lakhs, you will have to buy stamp paper approximately around 8%. This differs from state to state. Some states have 8%, some states have 7.5%, some states have some Maharashtra and all, they have some other stamp rate. Each state has got its own rate. Approximately it will vary from 5% to 8%. This is the range, because this is falling under the state subject. So this stamp paper used to be printed and sold through stamp vendors. But there was one person called Abdul Karim Telgi. You should know the history. How banks started selling stamp paper, you should know. Then only you will be able to appreciate the service being done by the bankers. There was one Abdul Karim Telgi who was selling fruits in railways. He was a very entrepreneurial person, perhaps, with a spirit of enterprise. Then what he did was, he counterfeited the stamp paper. He printed stamp paper himself and started distributing the papers through the vendors. He mixed the original and the duplicate, and over a period, a lot of duplicates stamps were also, stamp papers, non-judicial stamp papers were also sold in the market, and people purchased it, and they have registered their deed. The extent of fraud runs to something around 10,000 crores in those days. Finally, he was arrested, and then he was imprisoned to 30 years of imprisonment. Rigorous imprisonment. But then how to stop this counterfeit in stamp paper? Then only they came upon with this system by which instead of buying stamp paper, a document can be, suppose I purchase a house in Maharashtra worth about 1 crore. I will have to pay 8 lakhs by way of stamp duty. I need not go and buy stamp paper, in which case there can be fake. The real problem today is, if you buy a stamp paper, you don't know whether it is fake or not. So, to avoid all this confusion, you don't buy stamp paper. You print the sale deed in bond paper without stamp, any stamp. Then go to a bank approved by government of Maharashtra, and the government of Maharashtra will affix their own stamp for having received the money through a franking machine. This 8 lakhs money you can debit from your account, you can directly send it to the bank, and the bank will affix the franking stamp on the document for having received 8 lakhs by way of stamp fee. And then this document will be given to the registrar, who will register the document. So you need not buy stamp paper, and all frauds relating to stamp paper in one go is stopped. What is the advantage to the bank? The advantage to the bank is that the bank gets some small commission out of it, and it is doing a very good service to the customer. Many customers, there are sometimes when stamp papers are not available. People will be running from pillar to post to get stamp papers. So all these problems are not there. Suppose you have to buy 8 lakhs, you want to pay 8 lakhs 23,222 rupees by way of stamp fee, you can do it. By single franking, it can be affixed on the document, and the document is ready for registration next moment. So this is a utility function which is being performed by bank, and the major benefit is that it is very quick for the customer, hassle-free for the customer, And very important, you can totally avoid fakes. The next important function being done by banks today is selling of gold coins. As we have seen in the beginning, while we are talking about the definition of banks, banks are prohibited from trading in any commodity. But how they can sell gold coins? It is because banks are specifically permitted by Reserve Bank of India to sell gold coins. They can deal in bullions and gold coins. So what banks do to make a little profit is that they buy 999 touch pure gold coins of 2 grams to 50 grams from foreign mints like Credit Suisse. Credit Suisse is one of the biggest mints. They give 999 purity gold coins. So they buy it and they sell it through their various branches to all their customers. On the day of Diwali and all, people buy gold coin. Banks sell this gold coin and make a reasonable profit out of it by selling this called coin. Banks do not buy back the coin. They only sell the coins. Please remember this, very important point. Banks don't buy back the coin. They only sell. They buy in bulk from abroad. They used to come and then they sell it locally through various people. The only thing is you will get 9999 purity gold. It's a pure gold. It is not an ornament gold upon which you have to add some copper and then only it becomes 24 karat gold. This is a pure gold and banks only sell the gold coins. They don't buy. So Indian banks were only buying from Credit Suisse, mostly one of big mints in foreign mints like Credit Suisse, and selling it locally, which resulted in outflow of something around 800. Every year India is one of the second largest country importing gold. And when you import in gold, it is of no productive use is served. It is not going to the economy. Suppose you invest the money in the bank will give it as a loan and new businesses will be started, new ventures will be started and income will be generated, GDP will grow. But on the other hand, if you simply import gold and people buy gold, they will take the gold and lock it up in the locker. So the all fund, there is no job creation, there is no economic growth, there is no income growth. So it is not very good for the economy, but unfortunately or fortunately, Indian people's fascination with the gold cannot be changed. So we continue to import 800 tons of gold because a common lady, her best friend is gold. So she invests in gold. Now, and this gold, used to come from abroad. We import it. Instead of that, now first Indian gold coin was minted by MMTC. And this was launched by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi in November 5, 2015. It is India's first and the only gold coin hallmarked by Bureau of Indian Standards, BIS, for purity. So instead of importing gold, you can buy gold from MMTC. This was all done by Minerals and Metals Trading Corporation, which is a wholly owned Government of India company. They are minting this gold coin and giving it. They have now tied up with the 7 banks and now 7 banks are selling the gold coins. Through the Indian gold coin, the government aims to reduce the dependence on gold import. Now if you buy the Indian minted MMTC created gold coin, what is the advantage to the economy? The government has taken a lot of gold under gold monetization scheme. And that gold is converted to Indian coins and therefore precious foreign exchange will not be spent on importing gold. So whatever Indian gold is there, it will go in the form of a gold coin which will be done through MMTC. This is in this Make in India concept of our Prime Minister. And if you want to buy a gold coin, you please ensure that you buy an Indian minted BIS standard testified MMTC created gold coin, which will ensure that the money does not flow out of India, that precious foreign exchange does not flow out of India. The Indian gold coin you'll be happy to know, has two emblems. One is the national emblem of Ashoka Chakra engraved on one side, and the other side it is the picture of Mahatma Gandhi. This question they may ask you. In the Indian minted gold coin, what are the emblems? What are the insignia that is represented? One is, it is the Ashok Chakra in one side, and the other side is, on the reverse of side is Mahatma Gandhi. Therefore, banks do sell gold coins, and now at least now 7 or 8 banks have started selling the India minted gold coins of MMTC, which will ensure that the Indian foreign exchange does not flow outside India.